Hello everyone, welcome to the second series of how to dismantle a full-size computer. And before you start any work, you must turn on the computer. The screen is showing, the mouse is moving. That tells me that the computer is alive. You cannot use a dead computer because I need to know after you're done dismantling, breaking up into pieces, it will work again. So for this series, we will need a hand cloths, electric cloths, or you can also use anti-wristband, anti-static wristband. Why? Everybody have electricity in their body and it's invisible. It would damage the motherboard. It would short out the motherboard the moment you touch it and you put it back together. It will not work again. And that's the reason I have to see you break up a live computer. We are going to do a surgery. Break up a computer into small pieces, and after that you put it back together and it has to work. If it's not working, you will not pass the course, because the goal here is to make sure you can build a live computer and not a dead computer. Alright, if you notice, I just put on my gloves. I'm going to work. This is a latex glove, just like you will do. See my hand? The next thing you will need is a flathead screwdriver. If you see the screwdriver right here, it's a flathead screwdriver, right? Everybody knows that one. We will need a motherboard screwdriver. It has a circle in the middle, and then a star head. Everybody knows a star head, and a small plier. Again, you have a small magnet to help you organize your nuts. If you had a small thread, that's good enough. But here's my magnet that help me track all my nuts. You may have a picker. This is a magnetic picker, telescopic speaker, so that if you drop something in a very tight place, you cannot put your finger in there. You can use this to pick it up. Alright, now we know the computer's working. You want to shut it down. Alright, to shut down the computer, just do the normal thing. Control, Alt, and Delete. And if you notice, when you do Control, Alt, and Delete, the computer goes to the screen where you can click and turn it off. You are going to shut down the computer, right? You can type in your password. This computer requires a password. You put a password in. You want to shut the computer down gracefully. Alright, that's how we want it. Just turn it off. Now the computer is off and all your equipments are here, alright? All your pieces that you need, the keyboard, the mouse, equipment. The first thing you do is to remove the case. Here, take a look at how the case looks like. See the case right here? My case has small screws here, so I remove the screw. Before I remove the screw, again I put the screw on my tray, and then you unplug the power cord, unplug the monitor. So that's the monitor, I unplugged it, and then the mouse, and then the keyboard. Alright, now we're ready to remove the case and the cover so you can see what is inside. You can bring your power cord, extension cord down so that you have enough room for me to see that you are doing the work and nobody doing it for you. If you want to get a perfect score on how to build a computer, slice the case. It will not release. You slide the case. Alright, here is the case, the first piece that you take out. I will count how many pieces you are able to dismantle. Alright, you can take a look at the inside the computer. Inside the computer, this computer, if we take a closer look at it, yes, you would see the fan, the motherboard, and everything else. So we're going to remove the motherboard, remove everything else, break it apart. I'll show you each part. Then first thing I will do is use the star head. Go inside. Sorry about that. Don't break your computer, your camera. Go here, use your start hit and remove the network card. You see that screw right there? Turn it. Turn it to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want to see you do all this. It's a job that somebody has to learn. Turn the screw real slow, and when the screw comes up, you gotta put the screw on your organizer. You check the card slowly. See the card right here? This is the second piece we remove. This is the network card. What kind is it? It's a speed booster, wireless. You put that's the first one you do. And the next thing you gotta remove is the cable. This is the cable to the CPU fan. Check it real slow. Check it real slow. Now see that? That's a 4-pin. See the 4-pin? You gotta count that pin, the 4-pin CPU power cord. Alright? Now if you notice here, they have this tie to tie all the cable together so that it will not interfere with the fan. Alright? We get that out. We gotta remove all the hard drives. See? This is the connection to the hard drive. I got the first piece out. This is the data cable. You gotta know the names. And here is the power cable to the hard drive. This computer has 2 hard drives, so I'm gonna remove all of them. Again, the data cable and the power cable. Alright, and now this is the CD-ROM. I'm gonna check it. And the power to the CD-ROM, the data cable to the CD-ROM. The next one is the power to CD-ROM. I'm just gonna remove all of that. And this computer also has serial ATA, and it's attached with a cable. So I want you to see everything in this machine. When I put it back together, it has to work. Okay, now here is, if you take a closer look at that, this one right here. What does it say? It says serial ATA SSD drive. It's a 500 gigabit. Same one you use for the mini computer. See right here? Got an adapter here. You unhook it. This is data. You hook another one. And here is the power. You put that hard drive aside. That is your third thing we remove out of the case. The next thing we do now is to use your Phillips screwdriver. You will remove the CD-ROM. Every piece has to come off. Remove the CD-ROM with the screw real slow. Real slow. See it? Keep turning. Put it on your tray, organizer. You cannot lose any of the screws. So I use a small magnet. You can use a tray, you can use whatever you like, but you be organized. Know where the screw comes from. So when you put it back, you would save time. Alright, I got my second screw for the CD-ROM. Alright. Now, the CD-ROM now comes over. Again, here is my DVD drive. Actually, it says what? Let's take a look at the front part of it. We gotta take our time. Here it says DVD drive. You see that? Okay. That's my part number 4. I'll remove. Now, this computer has 2 hard drives. Now, the hard drive can remain there because I have enough room to work with. Okay, now the next thing we want to remove is the cable. The cable to the computer. Remember this cable right here so that you know where it comes from. This cable here, see the cable right here? This is the plates, the lights to the front of the case. So you can have a label for the case so that you know where it come from. If you take a closer look, the cable you just remove is the audio. See that? You want to tell me all the piece you remove. I remove audio cable is to my right. The next one is a speak something like this. Let me see what it says. Let's show you what it looks like. So we're gonna put it back together. Alright, check it slowly. Alright. Now this one say USB. Gotta pay attention to it. On the board it also say USB. Show me your USB cable. So when you plug USB to the front, it should work. But if it's not plugged in, it will not work. See that light? It's a USB. I have to take my time so you can see these things. That's how you're gonna get your grades. Alright? USB. We'll use the second one. There's another one here. Again, you notice? Check it slowly. You have USB number 2. See that one? USB. Got 2 USB on that side. Now, here is the hard drive. Check it off. See where it says the hard drive lid? The small light at the front that lets you know it's a hard drive. Take a closer look at it. The hard drive cable. Now, see where it comes from? At the end right there. Again, zoom in so you can see that place. You really need to know that place. So we're gonna zoom in. You can see it better. Alright. You need to know exactly where the cable comes from so that you can label it, so you can put it back together. Alright. The goal is to get the motherboards out, right? So, but you gotta take your time. The next cable we will get out, check slowly. Check it slowly. Because that one, what that one say? That one says, it's actually say a power switch. That is the biggie. If you don't put the power switch on, the front computer will not come on. When you push the switch over here, let me show you the switch they're talking about here. If you look at the front of the computer, you see all the USB, and over here, you see where the power switch is? That is the cable we just unplugged. You have to see how that cable is plugged, called P power SW. That means switch. So if you put it back the way it came, you'll be good. Otherwise, it will not come on. Computer will not switch on. The next one we took behind that is called reset switch, and that's how you reset the computer. All right. Again, if you're not sure, just know the name of everything you remove. All right. The next thing we're gonna go on is the memory. Take the memory. This computer has several memories. We're gonna pick one at a time. Again, the memory has a small connection here. See where my finger is? Push it down. Boom. This one right here, push it down. Okay. We have to take time and push that one down. Again, take a look at how I'm gonna push that. Push that slowly until it clicks. Oh, actually, this one, yeah, that one's down. That one's down. That one's down. So I push down. There, yeah, it's only one side on this case. Alright, I got my first RAM out. See how it looks? Tell me what size is that RAM. It says okay. It says made in, it says 4 GB. Oh, that's a 4 GB RAM. You see it? See where it says 4? I'm spending time to look at the parts so that you can tell me if it's a 4 GB. All right, I'll put my RAM down to the next one. This next one here. Can say it again. It's a 4. All right. It also say 4 GB. All right. You put that aside. Put the next one. It's also say, yeah, 4 GB. So on this motherboard, you got 4 GB. How many times? It has to be a match. 4 times. 4 times 4 is 16. Alright, see that? We got 4 times 4, 16. We got all the memories out. The next thing is the power connection to the motherboard. There's a clip here I want you to see. It's a clip right here. See this? You will see this in your lab. It's the exact same power. You see my finger right here? Okay. This is a 24 pin. Got a small tab right here. You hold that tab, hold it tight, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. It will not budge. Keep shaking slowly until it budge. Alright. Shake it, 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 shake it. It will not budge. You keep trying it real slow. Real slow. Some of the things here you have to take your time. Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. Alright, I'm gonna put the camera down. I'm gonna shake it by myself. Put 2 hands. Alright, and eventually I wanna get it out. Okay. Raise it up. I want you to see if you can see that. Here is the 24 pin. Check it. Alright, see how I look? If you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You see that cable right there in my hand? That's a 24 pin. This is the clip that was holding it. So I have to use 2 hands and drag it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it until it come loose. Alright, now make sure the motherboard is free before you take it out. The next thing we will do is to remove the hard drive cable. The hard drive cable is the cable down here. The hard drive cable is the cable down here. That is the data cable to the hard drive. Check it slowly, it comes off. See that? Okay, see that? Okay. The next one is another hard drive cable. It's a data cable for serial ATA. If you see my hand, that's what it looks like. You see this in your test or your lab. Another one here. Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it slowly. Don't force anything. If you will not come up, take your time. See right here? Right, the next one, you can also use a plier. Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. Use your hand because a plier is too hard for this machine. Keep shaking it until it comes loose. The one that is carving, it has a switch. You gotta hold. Let's see this right here. See this right here? You gotta pull it down. It will open up. If you let it go, it will hold on. So if you take a look at what I got here, I remove everything. So now the motherboard is free. The motherboard and the CPU are together. So here's the fan, and here is the fan power switch. The next thing we will do is to get the one. See the one. Look at on this my computer. The motherboard is held down by the first screws. The next style 2, 3, 4. You gotta have 4, 5. So far I found 5 screws. I will take the time and remove the 5 screws. You use the star head, shake it real slow, and the saw comes out. Alright, when it comes out, you see the screw right here, put it on your tray. The first screw. Alright, the second screw. And the third screw. Okay, put on your tray. Got all the screws out. Again, with all this, make sure your electric cloth is not broken. If it's broken, you're gonna probably not get the motherboard working again. Alright, we're gonna break down the motherboard. I will show you exactly what is in the motherboard. Yeah, if you identify all the screws ahead of time, it'll be a lot more easier. Alright. Yes, I'm almost done. Give me a minute so we can see together. Okay, I lost one screw. Alright, I found it. Put it on the tray. Again, we're done. There's one screw that's remaining. Alright, get that screw out. If all the screws are out, you can feel the motherboard will come out. Otherwise, it will not. Check it slowly. Alright, we're done with the screw. Check it again. The motherboard is now sliding out. Alright, let's take a look at it together. Here's the motherboard. See all these things here? It has a front plate. And I'm able to remove the motherboard. Watch me do this. Raise it real slow. Raise it real slow. Wow, take a look at the motherboards. Everything that we talked about is here. And now I have to remove one more thing, which is the power supply. Okay, the power supply has to come out. And after that, we are done. If you have a small cardboard paper, you can put the motherboard. So that way you do not cause any harm to the motherboard. Now watch this. The power supply has 1, 2, 3, 4. We are going to remove the 4 screws. So put the camera down like this, so that we can see how that is done. Alright, watch this. Use my hand. Remove the first. Remove the second. Put it on your tray. Make sure you don't lose any nuts. When all the nuts are out, you have fun to take it out. Alright. Alright, you put the screw down. You shake it until it's loose. One more over here. This is the last one. Put it on your magnet. Okay? Now, the power supply is out. Everything on the power supply is out. Now, if you have done all this, I want you to see the power supply. You see my power supply? It's out. You see all the connection to the power supply. You have to show me that you have been able to remove the power supply, just like I did, with no problem. It's tangled up. I'm going to loosen it up one at a time to make sure it's completely free of these tangled up wires. Okay? Alright. Alright, take a look at my power supply. See the power supply? It will show me all these pieces. Alright, now this is the connection to the front plate, so the light will show. Alright, so far so good. Power supplies are lasting remove. Again, this is an old computer, so I'm gonna blow this dust. It's actually cleaning it using a small blow dryer to blow off all the dust. Thank you so much. So far so good. We're done with the removing and dismantling the computer. This is your first project. Again, we can go over all the part because I really want you to know the part. The power supply, what size is the power supply? The power supply is 115 watts. 115 watts, and also I want you to tell me what it is that you're gonna buy to replace it if it's not working. Your job is maintenance. So if a computer's not working, the power supply stop running. You gotta look at the one you remove and go to internet and type in PSIM 400 watts. WHT mean watts. That's how you buy part to maintain or replace a broken computer. Now we have this motherboard. The motherboard, you need to know the name of it, in case you want to replace this motherboard. Tell me, what is the model number of this motherboard? Look at it. If this computer needs to replace with another motherboard, you gotta find a match. It's ASUS. You see that name for my motherboard? ASUS BB5M-E. I want you show me all the pieces that comes out of it. Well, if you take a look at the fan kind of suggests what kind of CPU it is. This is i7 Core 7 Intel PC is in here. So if you want to replace this motherboard, you could look for Intel. You got the Intel fan, then you have the Intel CPU. So you need to know the name of every piece you remove so that you can replace them, all right? Now the memory, any memory will do, but this memory is what? You need to know the name of the memory. The memory is 12600U. See that memory right there? If you want to replace the memory for this motherboard, you have to know the name of the memory. I'm more concerned about you repairing this computer, make it work. So the memory is 12800U. That is the speed of the memory. Is a PC3. Alright, now here's a NIC card. I removed the NIC card as well. The network card is a wireless G. If you want to replace this network again, you go online and type Linksys wireless G. That's what I want you to learn. And I removed this DVD. DVD is RW. That is read and write. RW DVD. And that is RW. You're going to know all the pieces I took out. And here is the DVD, Western Digital, Serial ATA. Serial ATA SD drive, multi-state 500 gigabit. Your job as a technician is to know how to replace parts. Now, if a brand new computer, remember this is the standoff for the motherboard. We use this to remove the standoff of the motherboard. Since the motherboard already come with the standoff like this, look at this. That goes in there, right? To tighten it if it's not tightened. So far so good. We are able to remove everything, and we had these two hard drives there. It was not on our way. I left it there. Now I got how many pieces? Power supply, the case cover number 3. The motherboard number 5, 1, 2, 3, 4 RAMs, number 6, 7, 8, 19, and also the network card. That is 12, 13, 14, total of 14 pieces that I got out of here. Thank you, and we'll talk in the next class.